Really? We're actually just talking to Boy George about ice skating.
Terrifying.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get you on ice?
Well, also the costumes. Bit too tight for me.
I thought you for a minute you were going to say they were too shiny and shimmery.
They're shiny, okay, flared from the neck would be perfect. But they're a little bit too sort of revealing, aren't they?
They all say that at the beginning, and by week 3, bring out the pink
I mean, some
light
people
crop.
look better in them than others, obviously.
OK, well, in which case, we're not going to be able to sign you up then for the next series.
But we can give you your proper intro. Now, our next guest has sold more than 100 million singles and 50 million albums around the globe.
As the lead singer of one of the most successful bands of the 80s, he won both a Brit and a Grammy before having a wealth of hits worldwide as a solo artist. It is, of course, Boy George. Which picture didn't you like out of those?
This one that looks like a bird's done something on my head. Not one of my best looks.
Well, you're back with a new album, Ordinary Alien, which is out today. I think,
Yes,
isn't it?
today, yeah. You can actually buy physical copies, which is great.
How novel
Well, because my
nowadays.
audience, I don't really have a download audience. My audience wants the record.
Yeah.
So,
but why 10 years since the last one?
well, I mean, I wasn't with a label for quite a long time, and then just by chance I started to work with Decode Records, we're an independent label. Through my work as a DJ, they started booking me, and then we talked about doing the record.
Yeah.
Do you know, sometimes things just happen, don't they, like that? You know, you sort of stop doing something, and then I've been DJing. I have kind of been making music, I've been writing with other people, but I haven't actually physically put a proper album out for 10 years, which is bizarre.
The DJing is the inspiration behind this anyway, isn't it?
Yes,
really?
absolutely. It's very sort of connected to what I do as a DJ because, you know, in sort of DJ world is its own little universe. You know, a lot of the records that I play in a club, you're probably never going to hear.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of all exists, but it's worldwide. You know, it's all over the world. I mean, I travel everywhere as a DJ. It's amazing.
So
how much would you have? You know, many days a week would you work?
Oh, I could work every day, but I usually just do Friday, Saturday, unless it's very special.
And so next year it's going to be 30 years, isn't it, since you first began?
Yes.
And so in that 30 years, I mean, we touched on it briefly then about download culture, but the music industry has changed so much within that time. So for you coming back now, even though you haven't really gone away, but coming back and releasing an album in 10 years, what's been the biggest change for you?
Well, people don't really buy records anymore, they steal them.
Right.
Which is outrageous since the tracks are only 99p, so it's not actually expensive, you know. But I think, you know, really now the live thing is really where it's at, because it's the only place where you can't be sort of copied.
Yeah.
You can't download a live situation. I mean, people film everything, of course, you know, that's part of their culture now. You go to a gig and everyone's got their camera phones out.
But it's
the
not the
live
same,
thing is really the future for people like me anyway.
Yeah.
You know, records are kind of like a postcard to tell people what you're doing, but they don't necessarily make up much of your income.
Well, one of the tracks on the album is Amazing Grace, and we've got a little bit of that now. Here you go.
You need amazing grace, amazing grace. You need amazing grace,
That's only your head on that then.
A floating head.
So just explain the touring then in that case, because will you tour this album? Because I know in the summer you're doing the
Here and Now tour, in
yeah.
June, and I'll do sort of club dates with this album. You know, I'll be playing, you know, all over the place, basically.
And then what about Culture Club? Because there has been talk of
yeah,
getting back
we're
together
definitely
again.
doing it.
Are
we're
you?
definitely doing
How
it.
exciting.
You know, because 30 years is quite a big milestone for us, you know. Even though we haven't been together for a while, we did do something about 12 years ago, which was great fun. But I think we're a little bit more grown up now. We want this to be fun, you know?
I read somewhere where you said if you could go back in time and speak to yourself all that time ago, you'd say just enjoy it a bit more.
Absolutely. I mean, it's taken me the best part of 48 years to kind of get to the point where I actually enjoy my work. I love gigging because I look at it in a different way. Because I think as you get older, if you're lucky, you get to a point where you realise I can make this into a drama, or I can actually make this a pleasure.
You did make it into a drama.
I have, definitely, you know, absolutely. I've made lots of dramas. But, you know, it's really nice when you kind of get that epiphany. It's like, I don't have to freak out.
It's a good place to be.
I can just go, no.
So what changed then? Why? Just
growing
getting
up.
older?
Growing up, it really is about growing up. It's kind of, you know, getting to the point where you're bored of things being difficult, bored of having
But you didn't want to grow
problems.
up for a while, did you, really?
I mean,
Growing up would have been seen as the worst.
Yeah, I would have thought of
possible
it as a kind of bit of a cop-out, you know, like sort of being responsible, but it's actually quite nice to
Well,
be...
it's interesting you say that, because we were talking about this the other day. We had a guest in here, a while ago, and who had a entourage, and there was surrounded by drama.
Yeah.
And you said, you know, what must their day be like?
Yeah, it just
because
must be stressful. It's just
Absolutely,
one thing after
yeah.
another.
Absolutely. I don't have an entourage. I have friends. I'm very lucky. I work with friends.
Yeah.
And all the people I work with are really close friends, and I have such a great time with them. You know, we laugh. It's a pleasure. So it makes what I do fun rather than a chore, which is.
So you wish
is
you'd
always
done.
great.
You wish you'd done that a few years ago.
Yeah, I wish I'd kind of, you know, listen, I wish I'd known what I know now, but I think when I was 25, I wouldn't have listened anyway. I think if somebody had said, do you know what, you're doing wrong, I would have just ignored them.
Yes.
We all would have done, to be honest, if we could.
I have to mention the Hep C thing, which is coming
course you do.
Yeah.
tomorrow. I've just done this exhibition for the Hep C Trust, which is a charity. We're trying to encourage people to get tested, because apparently 75% of the people that have it don't know they have it. So it's part of this whole campaign.
Well, this is photographs that you've taken, and
of other
these are-
celebrities as other celebrities.
So Sadie Frost as Madonna, Matthew
Yeah.
Horn as Adam
Paloma
Ant.
Faith as you.
As me.
Back
Well, that
in the
was
day. Incredible.
So what you're doing with that? They're displayed at the HMV from tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
And then from the 31st of
That's
March,
Matt Horn, you can see there as Adamant.
It's adamant.
you're going to
Beautiful.
audition them off.
We're going to auction them on 31st,
Yeah.
but they go on display tomorrow at HMV, and you can buy them at record bar. You're in there. Perfect.
Double whammy.
Works absolutely perfectly. And you want to say hello to Ben as well, don't
A
you?
little Ben, yeah, he was supposed to be on here this morning. He tweeted me, which is very modern. So, hi, Ben.
He
Good
was
morning, Ben.
meant to be doing our science experiments, but I think he's got chicken pox, so he
Yes,
couldn't
so
come
couldn't
in.
come
So
in.
get
Well,
well
glad
soon.
he's not here anyway.
Yeah.
Ordinary Alien is the album. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to see you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Right.
What's tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, Belle is back.